They heard me say it. I said that. If I was on there, I said that.
Turn around, please. You did not.
Shekinah, you stopped them, and I said the same. You asked me, do you think I'm happier? That you asked me the question, and I answered it. So why would you sit there and say that?
Because I am happy.
But why would you sit there and say that I ain't say that?
You did.
I think she's happy. Yes, I did.
It wasn't loud and clear.
Tammy.
Yeah?
Tell me what's going on out there. What's going on?
Breaking news from Atlanta. Its entertainment scene is in chaos. Tonight, explosive leaked documents and private recordings have surfaced across social media, revealing what could be the most shocking scandal of T's career. Rumors are flooding in that Shekinah Anderson is allegedly pregnant, with Clifford T. Harris named as the father. Twitter and TikTok are ablaze with hashtags like #ShekaPregnant, #DNA4TI, and #Justice4Tiny. Fans are in uproar, claiming that if true, Tiny's world may be shattered forever. Just when some thought this was mere gossip, purported medical records emerged, reportedly confirming the pregnancy timeline and linking it to T's stay at an Atlanta hotel. Evidence fans are calling undeniable proof of betrayal. The most gut-wrenching moment came when Tiny herself appeared on camera, tears streaming down her face, demanding, "I want a DNA test. I deserve the truth. My family deserves the truth." The drama escalated further when an anonymous source leaked messages allegedly from Shekinah. If the DNA test goes public, T could lose everything: his wife, his empire, his career. Inside the courtroom, the tension was palpable as an audio clip, purportedly T's voice, played, "Don't worry, Shekinah. If this comes out, I'll handle Tiny." The gallery gasped. Tiny collapsed in tears, clutching her daughter, screaming, "Your father burned our home to the ground." Cameras captured the devastation. A family was in ruins, a marriage shattered, and a betrayal so severe that fans are calling it the end of T's legacy. Atlanta, the city of lights, music, and power, woke to its darkest morning. The streets buzzed, not with music, but with venomous whispers. A secret so devastating had ripped open Clifford T. Harris's glamorous world, sending shockwaves across every corner of the internet. It all started with a leak, medical records, audio files, and private chat screenshots. This wasn't speculation. These documents screamed betrayal. The claim: Shekinah Anderson is pregnant, and the father is T, the so-called king of the South, husband to Tiny, and father in a family already rocked by rumors of infidelity. Social media ignited like gasoline on fire. Hashtags weren't just trending, they were exploding. TikTok users posted videos of themselves crying, disbelief written across their faces. If the rumors are true, Tiny's life has been irreparably shaken. But the most powerful moment came when Tiny stepped into the spotlight herself. Reporters shoved microphones in her face, cameras flashed, and her voice trembled with rage as she declared, "I can't live with lies anymore. I need a DNA test. I need the truth. My children deserve to know what kind of man their father really is." Within minutes, clips of Tiny's emotional breakdown went viral. She was no longer just a singer or reality star. She became a symbol of every betrayed woman, every humiliated wife, and every mother blindsided by secrets she never asked for. The nightmare intensified when Shekinah's alleged medical report surfaced online. One line, estimating the conception date to match T's Atlanta hotel stay, broke millions of hearts. Fans froze, journalists gasped, and influencers amplified the moment, saying, "This isn't speculation. This is documented evidence." The Harris household turned into a war zone. Tiny isolated herself, refusing to speak to T, reportedly barely eating or sleeping. At one point, she allegedly fainted during a family meeting and had to be carried out by her son. Meanwhile, T remained silent. His Instagram went dark. No posts, no stories, just the eerie emptiness of a man cornered by the truth. Tiny, shaken to her core, collapsed into her lawyer's arms as the courtroom buzzed with shock. T's defense team scrambled, waving papers and insisting the hotel receipts were forged, claiming rivals in the music industry planted evidence to ruin him. Conspiracy theories erupted online. Was this just a scandal? Or was someone actively trying to take down one of hip-hop's biggest figures? Shekinah then took the stand, her hands trembling but her gaze unwavering. "I never meant to hurt Tiny. She was like a sister to me," she said. But she went on, explaining T had promised her everything, saying he would leave Tiny for her. Her voice broke as she spoke, and the courtroom leaned in on every word. Outside, protesters chanted, "Stand with Tiny," while some in the gallery muttered, "Liar, under their breath. Tiny's legal team wasn't finished. They revealed private DMs allegedly sent from Shekinah to T. Cliff, I can't wait until she's out of the picture. It'll finally be just us. The courtroom erupted. Social media instantly flooded with screenshots and commentary. Shekinah was no longer seen as just the other woman. She was now an active conspirator in betraying her closest friend. Tiny, through tears, turned to the judge and asked, "How much more do I have to endure?" Her breakdown went viral, symbolizing heartbreak and resilience for millions. A hotel employee testified that T and Shekinah checked in together multiple times, shaking the courtroom further. T, losing control, slammed his fist and shouted, "They are lying. This is all lies. I'm being set up." The judge threatened him with contempt, while cameras captured every 10th second. Clips of the meltdown circulated online, showing T's distress and fueling the frenzy. Then came the financial evidence. Leaked bank records revealed large transfers from T's accounts to Shekinah over 2 years, implying she was paid to stay silent. Tiny's jaw dropped when the totals were displayed, and the jury reacted with disbelief. Shekinah screamed, claiming her actions weren't about money, but love, believing T loved her back. Critics called it a performance. Supporters saw it as the final proof of betrayal. Tiny emerged as more than a betrayed wife. She became a symbol for every woman who had been deceived. Outside the courthouse, the chaos continued. News vans lined the streets, helicopters hovered overhead, and live streams dissected every emotional moment. Protesters carried signs saying, "Ban the betrayers," while murals of Tiny painted her as a queen rising from the ashes. Every movement, every tear, and every whisper was consumed by the public, turning private tragedy into global spectacle. By day 2, the courtroom revealed even more evidence. A hard drive containing secret recordings played T's voice whispering to Shekinah, "Keep this quiet. Tiny can never know. If it leaks, everything I built is gone." Gasps filled the room. Tiny buried her face in her hands as the proof of betrayal echoed throughout the space. Hotel receipts further confirmed Shekinah had been linked to T's reservations. The jury realized this wasn't speculation. It was documented and undeniable. Tiny's attorney addressed the jury. "This is not theory. This is proof that Clifford Harris destroyed his wife's trust, humiliated her publicly, and dismantled their family." Tiny collapsed into tears again, a symbol of heartbreak broadcast worldwide. T's empire, once untouchable, began crumbling. Sponsorships vanished, concerts were cancelled, and social media erupted with outrage. Shekinah's reputation was ruined, while Tiny, though heartbroken, was elevated as a tragic heroine, a queen of resilience. Tiny, holding her daughter's hand, whispered, "This is why I fought to protect you. No woman deserves this." That video went viral, captioned, "A queen broken but never defeated." The images of betrayal, heartbreak, and survival cemented Tiny's position as the symbol of resilience. Meanwhile, T's name became synonymous with betrayal. Shekinah became the villain in the eyes of millions. What began as a single leaked video spiraled into a storm of evidence, recordings, and heartbreak. By the 3rd week, the trial resembled a live Shakespearean tragedy. Tiny, pale, and fragile, sat at the front, staring at the two people who shattered her life, T and Shekinah. Diaries, voicemails, and receipts detailed betrayal in unflinching clarity. When Shekinah spoke, her voice trembled. "Clifford promised me love and freedom." Tiny was holding him back. Tiny collapsed again, the world watching in stunned silence. Social media erupted. Hashtags like #TinyBroken and #exposed trended worldwide. Fans cried with her. Influencers dissected every revelation, and memes of T's actions flooded platforms. Shekinah was vilified, called a homewrecker, while Tiny became a symbol of heartbreak and courage. Evidence continued to mount. Voicemails, hotel receipts, and private messages left no room for doubt. T's empire was unraveling in real time. Tiny, though shattered, stood taller than ever. Her tears represented every woman betrayed, every wife deceived, every mother forced to fight for truth. Meanwhile, T sat alone, watching decades of work collapse, endorsements vanish, concerts cancelled, and fans chanting outside. Shekinah spiraled into isolation, her online presence filled with hate and memes mocking her downfall. Tiny emerged as a beacon of resilience, the queen of heartbreak, carrying the story of betrayal to the world. Tiny was surrounded by supporters who treated her like royalty, a queen rising from the ashes of betrayal. Shekinah, on the other hand, disappeared from public view, retreating from the storm she had helped ignite. But the fallout didn't stop there. Rumors spread that T had lost business deals worth over $30 million, that Tiny was preparing a revealing memoir, and that Shekinah might leave Atlanta for good. The empire that once symbolized love, power, and family had crumbled, replaced by deception, bitterness, and broken dreams. The world couldn't look away. This wasn't merely a scandal. It was betrayal in its purest form. A devoted wife shattered, a trusted friend exposed, and a king dethroned. The DNA results didn't just establish paternity. They proved even the strongest-looking legacies can collapse when built on lies. As cameras zoomed in on Tiny's tear-streaked face, one truth was undeniable. She was no longer just T's wife. She had become the tragic queen of a fallen dynasty. Now, after witnessing this devastation, the question isn't whether this family can heal, it's whether anything remains to heal. A marriage destroyed, a home torn apart, children caught in the crossfire, and a legacy forever stained by deception, dishonesty, and broken trust. This isn't gossip. This is a tragedy playing out in real time. A family torn apart by secrets, a friendship turned toxic, and a story so raw it could be scripted for the grandest stage. But this isn't fiction. This is real life, messy, painful, and heartbreaking. Ask yourself, where do they go from here? Can a marriage this fractured ever be rebuilt? Can children truly recover after witnessing their parents destroy each other in public? Most importantly, will the truth set anyone free, or will it bury them all alive? This is the kind of drama that shakes an industry to its core, and you've just watched it unfold. Don't look away. Subscribe, drop your thoughts in the comments, and brace yourself, because the next chapter will be even darker, deeper, and more devastating than anything you've seen so far.